Hello, fellow educators. My name is Monique Copeland, and today I'm going to walk you through the process of how to fund your classroom project, Grant Writing Made Easy. DonorsChoose.org is a free crowdsourcing site designed exclusively for teachers. They take the integrity of their site very seriously. And so, only teachers who are verified as pre-K through 12 teachers in a public school are eligible to apply. Here's what you experience. Step 1. First, you will need to log in or create an account. Here you log in here by clicking sign in, or you click here if it's your first time create an account, you click start your first project. Consider looking at some of their partners. This is something you can go back and review regularly. Next, you will pick a project type. They are limited based on how many projects you've earned points for. For an example, when you pick your project type, such as materials through donors or class visitor, or lastly, a class trip, you get points located right there on the side of each type. Your first grant through DonorsChoose can only be up to $400. Step 3, it's time to go shopping. Lots of different companies, including Amazon, Staples, Best Buy, and Lakeshore Learning, are included. You'll use their shopping basket to select items relevant to your project requests. Step number 5, it's time to summarize your cart, what you're purchasing and why you need it. Start with my students need as prompted in the text box. The next step in this process is DonorsChoose will ask you to tell your story. I want to go over a couple of tips for descriptive writing in this part of the process. Tip number 1, they're going to ask you at some point to create a project name. It's important to consider your project goals and your idea of what you want the students to do with what you're requesting. For an example, when I was in the pre-K classroom, I wanted to get iPads for my students. So I started off my description I titled my project Early Technology iPads because my students are in pre-kindergarten and I was requesting iPads. This makes it clear for donors who are surfing this website to see exactly what is being purchased even before they read my application. Step number 2, student description. Give details such as grade level, unique school characteristics, things they love to do related to your funding requests. So back to my pre-K example. My student description sounded something like this. My children are early childhood learners at a rigorous school in the southeastern quadrant of Washington District of Columbia. They love to move their bodies, sing songs, and play classic and computer games to enhance their learning experience. Tip number 3, writing your project description. It should be a concise rationale of the need. You should clearly describe how you're going to it measures your student learning. And donors are very interested in knowing your sustainability plan. How will you sustain the materials you're asking for this project beyond this year and beyond this project? So for an example, my project description sounded something like this. My students love to explore new concepts. We will use our iPads in a technology center for my students to read, use their fingers to write as they are young learners and sometimes they have fine motor challenges. And we'll also be able to listen to new vocabulary words by exploring PBS videos and listening to some cultures across the world. Last step in the process, it's time to save and submit. DonorShoes will ask you to upload a photo and create a project name. Then you could either save the project and come back later or submit. Once you submit your project, DonorShoes will review it. While they're reviewing it, they'll keep in contact with you via email. Once it goes live on their site, you can share your project via social media, newsletters, or other sources. It is also likely that a sponsor via DonorShoes will donate to your project if it fits the donor's criteria. So the criteria could be something like low-income students in grades pre-K through first grade, and then your project will fit that criteria, and then they'll fund it. Cheers to you and the funding process. I'm looking forward to your class project getting funded. Please share your story with your teacher friends, administration, and your ECE specialists. It may encourage other teachers and ultimately impact more children.